live. We're just waiting for all of our people to pop on in. We got a really good show for you guys today. So we're just kind of waiting. We're just kind of waiting for all of our social media platforms to pop on in. We got our lineup card all ready to go out. All right. We got some idiots on here. First of all, I want to pop on to the live stream earlier today because people have not been understanding our streams. I would like to throw that out for some of our members. So I'm going to probably get a little bit in depth with that in our live stream for today. So I'm just kind of get some of our people to pop on in. All right, so let's get into today's show. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MetsXMFanZone Live. I am your host, Anthony G. And we're here to give you guys all of your latest Mets news, live streams, and much, much more. We got a really good show for you guys today. We're going to give you the New York Mets versus the Philadelphia Phillies. They are in London. Game just started at 10 o'clock in the morning, which is really interesting. London, it's going to be a 4:10 game in London right now. In the next hour or so, we will be having some game time. I will be giving you guys today's game stat card. If you are big bettors of FanDuel or Fantastics, you guys can actually check out all of our game cards on our website by going to MetsXMFanZone.org. I will be reading out my stats for today's game. And especially if you are a big bettor, I know a lot of my people that watch our shows that like to see my bet analysis, giving you guys my game reactions, giving you guys my pregame show. We didn't get a chance to do a show yesterday because we had a lot of traveling issues, so it was really, really hectic. So. Again, we do apologize for not doing a show yet for yesterday, but we are now going to be doing a show today. So we got on the mound for today. We got Jose Quintana. We got Taijuan Walker, ex New York Met. What are we going to see in today's game matchup? Now, again, if you guys would like to see today's game, we got the New York Mets versus the Philadelphia Phillies. We have it live on our website now. MetsXMFanZone.org is the most ultimate destination for a live 24/7 Mets stream. Now, we have it in all countries. We have it in all different languages. A lot of our people that watch our content are able to see our website in all different languages. And all audio is all in different languages as well. So we are giving you guys all of your best Mets content with game cards, with my statistics and my analysis. I am a ghostwriter for the New York Mets, also for the New York Post. So if you guys are interested in learning my background, it'll be on our website, and you'll be able to read all of my content that's on there. Plus, all of you guys got so many questions for me, and I try to answer them as much as I can. So I do apologize if I don't answer everybody's questions all the time. But I am going to have a full live stream on the weekends. We're going to be doing it on Saturdays and Sundays to answer any Q&As again. Because my schedule is completely hectic throughout the whole entire week. So, with production meetings and, working with the Mets and writing and whatnot. So it does get a little bit hectic and me not answering your questions. I do apologize for that. But anything website related, you guys could go to the website. My team definitely answers any questions that you have on there. So again, we do apologize for any inconvenience that I didn't give on our shows. But if you guys would like to check that out, you guys could do that by going to MetsXMFanZone.org. Pricing is on there, so you guys could check out the pricing for our live streaming content. We give you replayed games. We give you live stream games. We give you 24/7 access of Mets with S&Y included. So you don't have to worry about pop-ups, advertisement, TV providers, because we provide that for you. You don't have to worry about any of that. No advertisements ever, no ads ever, no TV providers on our streaming services. So you don't ever have to worry about annoying interruptions. You don't have to worry about blackouts, because if you are in the New York area, you're able to get everything. If you're not in the New York area, you can get everything. So, you're able to get all the Met games, and if they're on ESPN, if they're on Fox, if they're on Apple TV, if they're on any other server, Peacock or something like that, or Amazon TV, whatever you want to call it. We're on all those providers, so you'll be able to get our content on all of them. If you don't have any of them, or if you have one of them and you don't have it, we provide it. So just kind of give everybody a little bit of an FYI on that. And plus, we have flexible plans, so you guys could check out our flexible plans on our website, especially for our budget-friendly people, because a lot of our, fans are budget-friendly, and they want to be able to, get some services that are cheap and affordable, and we provide that for you. So you guys could check out all of our pricing plans on our website at MetsXMFanZone.org. All right, so let's get into today's game. If you are a new user, or if you are a frequent user, you guys could check out our live content by going to MetsXMFanZone.org. And you could also check us out on all of your social media platforms. We are live on all of them, so you guys could always check us out on every platform. All right, so let's get into today's game. Now, if you are a first-time bettor, or if you haven't bet in a long, long time, you guys can go to FanDuel or Fantastics. We are partnered with both of those platforms for today's game. Now, not only for today's game, but for every game out there. Now, if you type the promo code MetsXMFanZone, you get a $5 free play on a baseball parlay, on an MLB baseball parlay. You could get that on FanDuel, but you have to be a new, I guess you have to have a new account in order to get the $5 free parlay, MLB parlay only. So if you are new to those platforms, Fantastics or FanDuel, because I partner with them, but however, I do not bet with them. So what I mean by that is that I'm not one of those analysts on those platforms. I go for our fans that bet. I do give some pretty good odds on most of them too. So I get a lot of emails and a lot of people that hit me up and like, yo, bro, you made me win like 100% margin. So I think that was really cool. We will be having that on the website too as well. I'll have like a whole big thing of the FanDuels and the Fanatics, because I do it on both of those platforms, and they're going to be allowing me, hopefully, really, really soon to go on there and to live stream on there. I think that's going to be super awesome. I'm waiting for the approval on that. So hopefully, I could talk on the Mets side of things on those platforms. So I have been working with them, trying to talk with them to get me to go on there and chat. So let's get now. Enough with that. Let's get into today's game. So we got the New York Mets versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Game to start at 10:10. We are here. Well, I'm not in London. I was supposed to be in London, but we had a lot of mix-up issues with the flights, with the tickets, and the Mets. We were supposed to go with the Mets, and forget it. It was a whole big mess. So, no, we're not in London. We're here in New York. So we are going to give you some of our predictions, obviously. It is 10 o'clock. It's going to be a 10 o'clock game here in New York. In London, it is a 4:10 game. So we got Jose Quintana, we got Taijuan Walker. Now, if you guys would like to see all the bets, all the parlays, and if you want to get my sheet, it is on our website by going to MetsXMFanZone.org. You have to sign up, be a member on our website to get our game card stats. Now, see if I can pull it up for you guys and show you guys. Because we got 3 windows going on over here. So up here on our main screen, you'll be able to get it right there on the bottom tab. And you'll be able to get all my game cards. We got people on our other thing here. You could get our game cards. You get my projections on both players and on both teams. So if you are betting on the Mets side of things, you'll get the profit boosters. You'll get all my parlays on there. I don't do the parlays on the show, but on the writing part, you'll be able to see all the parlays and all the people that I predict and all my picks. But I do give you guys both 3 stars. So we go from the Mets side of things to the Philly side of things. And I pick my 3 top players for each and every game. So we're going to start with the Philly side of things because this is supposed to be a Phillies home game today. And we got the starting lineup. We got Taijuan Walker on the mound. He is a right-handed pitcher. He's 3-1, having a pretty decent season. I like what I have been seeing throughout the season on Taijuan Walker. I mean, put it this way, I studied some of he was a New York Met, so I kind of know on how Taijuan Walker pitches and his technique and how that works. And I'll tell you guys one thing. One thing that's very interesting with Taijuan Walker going into this year is the leg kick. I think his planting on the mound has been a lot different than he was with the New York Mets. His back leg was more sturdier on the mound. This year, he's having that really, really good, solid pitch sequencing in regards to his slider, in regards to his curveball. He's having a really good two-seam fastball. Got to watch out for the Mets here because the Mets are right now hitting the ball. We got some new additions to this team right now. We got Jose Iglesias here. We brought back Brett Beatty. We got Taijuan Walker here. So, I mean, not Taijuan Walker. Tyrone Taylor on here for the Mets. So, I mean, there has been a lot of big changes in this lineup. Today's game is going to be very interesting to see for Taijuan Walker. Expect to see a lot of hitting for Mets in today's game. If you are going to do a projection in regards to run-wise, I'm going to project it to be at 21 runs today. Oh, I'm sorry, not runs, hits. So it's going to be about 21 hits. Mets going to have some really good hitting today. Taijuan Walker has been a little bit off when it comes to Mets last year. This year, I think he's going to have probably the same thing. I mean, we have seen Taijuan Walker pitch Last year, we had 4 plate appearances. He had a 4.71 ERA against the New York Mets. Lots of hits. He had 71 hits off of Taijuan Walker. What are we going to go into this year with? I think that today's plate appearances is going to, I'm again projecting to go at 13 off of Taijuan Walker. So probably about 13 hits. Then with Jose Quintana. Quintana's not having he's not having a good season right now. I think his pitch sequencing is a little off. I think that his fastball is not landing in certain spots. I think he's a little bit off on the mound. He needs to be able to get some really good solid pitch sequencing. I want him to go with the off-speed pitch. Off-speed pitch really does work for him. He needs to be able to have that good landing field when it comes to like the 71 percentile and going on that 65. He seems to come up a lot. If you ever watch him pitching and look at his pitch sequencing, he comes a little too mid-center. And he's given up way too many home runs. If you've seen in the last 3 starts, he's given up 8 home runs. That hasn't been looking good. His ERA is at a plateau at a 6.17. So, with that being said, in his last 3 starts, not looking good. He needs to get his strike zone down a little bit more by the belt-wise. He's got to get it at 35, getting it at 6.61. So, not everybody knows what I mean by these numbers, but getting it down by the belt down to the dirt. If he's able to have some really good execution in regards to his off-speed pitch and going with a 4-seam fastball, I think he could definitely have some good execution at bats. So I think that Taijuan Walker, with him, has that same sort of issue. He has that up mid-tier, doesn't get it down into the dirt, and when he doesn't do that, lands off, goes to home runs, gives up a lot of hits. So, these 2 pitchers, I think there's going to be a lot of run production, and I'm going to say 10-8. I don't think that the Mets are going to win in this game. I think that the Mets are going to be a little bit behind. I do think that the Mets are going to have a lot of hits, though. And I'm projecting to have it at 10-8, around 18 runs total. So if you are going to be betting for total runs in today's game, I'm going to go with a projection at 18 to 20 runs in today's matchup. Now, projections in regards to pitcher-wise. Who's going to get the most strikeouts in today's game? Probably Taijuan Walker out at a 4.5. I don't think that Taijuan Walker is a very good, suitable pitcher, but right now he has the upper hand against Jose Quintana, and I'm going to go with Taijuan Walker to give me projection at 4.5. Now, to go with Jose Quintana would be at 3.5. I don't think he's going to have a lot of strikeouts, a lot of in-play motions. I think that's going to happen there for him. So, go with 3.5. Now, let's go into today's lineup. 3 stars. We're going to start up with the Phillies, move our way over to the Mets. So we got batting first and leading off would be Kyle Schwarber. Batting second, JT Realmuto. Batting third would be Bryce Harper. Batting fourth would be Alec Boehm. Batting fifth, Nick Castellanos. Batting sixth would be Eduardo Sosa. Batting seventh would be Whit Mayfield. Batting eighth would be Watson Wilson. And then batting ninth would be Johan Rojas. And here is your 2024 New York Mets. And we got leading off, batting first would be Francisco Lindor. Batting second, Pete Alonso. Batting third, Brandon Nimmo. I like that. I think with having Pete Alonso batting second, he has been hitting okay batting second. He has at a 271. I'm okay with Pete Alonso batting second. Okay with Brendan Nimmo at third. He's at 3-3-1. And then batting fourth, a really good solid hitter in J.D. Martinez. Batting fifth, DJ Stewart. Batting sixth, and then one of our newest members this year is Tyrone Taylor. Batting seventh, and not having a really good season at all, and that's Jeff McNeil. Batting eighth, and is playing in today's game, is Brett Beatty. And then batting ninth and catcher for the New York Mets is Luis Torrens. And that's for the lineups. Now, who am I going to pick for my three? We're going to go with number one for the New York Mets is Francisco Lindor. What is Lindor going to do for today's game? Now, I'm going to be projecting to have Francisco Lindor to give me a home run. He has some really good solid at-bats as he has lately. He's got almost 13 home runs in the last month or so. I mean, he's looking really, really good. I mean, my numbers are probably off, but in the last month or so, he has been really hitting spot on baseball. And then to go with RBIs, I was selected at 3 RBIs. Walks, possible at 1. Stolen bases, I'm going to go with 2. He has some really good speed around the base pads. And Phillies are not really good with pickoffs. I mean, they're okay with pickoffs, just not, as of lately, been doing a lot of them. And I'm going to go with projection at 2 stolen bases. Then my number 2 guy would be Brandon Nimmo. What am I going to see in Brandon Nimmo in today's game? I'm going to go with RBI selection, and that would be 2. Home runs? No, I don't see any home runs going on in today's game. Walks, I would go with 1 walk for Brandon Nimmo. And then stolen bases, I'm going to go with 1. I think he has been, if he gets on, we're going to see a little bit more stolen bases coming out of Nimmo in the second half of the season. But right now, I mean, he's looking really good at that second hole. I like him there. I'm sorry, at the third hole. I mean, he has a really good bat. He's doing phenomenal there. I'm going to stay with Brandon Nimmo to give me some stolen bases in the next couple of days or so. And I'm going to go in projection to get Brandon Nimmo at 1 solid stolen base. And then my number 1 guy, that's going to be the man himself, and that's going to be Pete Alonso. I think Pete Alonso is going to have a 1 home run in today's game with 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a 3-run homer for Pete Alonso. And I think that's the only run production that he's going to have in today's game. No stolen bases, no walks. Now let's go with the Philly side of things. Now, again, if the New York Mets are pitching all right, then I don't see a lot of runs here. But if Quintana is doing what he's continued to keep doing, you're going to see a lot of runs. And my projection for today's game for the Phillies, I'm going to go with number 1 star that's always been proven to be a Mets killer. Always gets a lot of runs against us. That's going to be JT Realmuto. I'm gonna put it at home run wise 1, RBIs 3, no walks, no stolen bases. My number 2 guy would be Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper in yesterday's game, he got a 3-run homer. Always a Mets killer. I'm going to put 1 home run under his belt with a 3-run homer in today's game, and that would be 3 RBIs. And a possible 1 walk if he gives up a lot of home runs, they'll probably put him on base. Then, my number 3 guy, I'm going to go with Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber is always a Mets threat. But if Jose Quintana has some really good pitch sequencing in today's game, I think he might be behind on a lot of pitches. I'm going to go with 1 home run, 4 RBIs total. So what I mean by with these RBIs on 4 possible, hits, dunks here and there on RBI selections. So I'm going to go with 4. And then walks, 2. And that would be my 3 stars for the Phillies. Now, if you would like to parlay them and somewhat mix match them or whatnot, you guys can do that. Run selections I do have for today's game at 18, 21 hits. That's going to be total of today's game. Projection on pitching. They have it projected for both teams at 2.5. For Philly, I would go with at 4.5. And the New York Mets with Jose Quintana at 3.5. So that would be the for today's game card. Now, again, if you want to get my game card and get all of my stats and what I'm putting in for parlays and whatnot, you guys can go onto the website at MetsXMFanZone.org. Sign up to be a member. We have our live streams on there for today's game. We got New York Mets versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Game does start at 10:10 in the morning, not 10:10 at night. So you guys could be able to see today's game. Now, if you missed today's game, we will have it repeated for you guys. It is on ESPN, but obviously it is on our website. So you guys could watch it on there as well if you don't get ESPN. So we would like to thank you guys for watching here in our live stream today. If you guys would like to check out some more news, or if you guys would like to see today's game, it is on our website at MetsXMFanZone.org with no ads, no TV providers, no blockouts. Anything that MLB does, we are the opposite, and we are the alternative to Met live streams. You could get SNY included. We have a VOD platform on there. We have live streams daily. We are the only provider on the internet that gives you no ads, no TV providers, no blackouts, anything. You could take it on the go with you. You could download our app through iOS or Android on our website when you become a new member. You guys can check it out at MetsXMFanZone.org. We would like to thank you guys for watching. Be safe, be well, and let's go Mets.